Emotional detachment. Something I feel like a lot of you guys are trying to do in 2023 in order to disengage from your feelings and emotions to avoid being overwhelmed. Everyone wants to be in control of their emotions. You guys want to detach. So you know what? In this video, I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about emotional detachment, how you could do it, and how it'll basically benefit you. Yes, detaching yourself could obviously help you, but there are negative effects to it as well. Let's talk about it. Because honey, I emotionally detached from a lot of things in my life, and my life has been so calm, peaceful, and never better. Now, obviously, emotional detachment can be caused by many things, many factors, traumatic experiences, grief, chronic stress, and etc. It could happen for anything. But you know what's the best thing about being emotionally detached is that it helps people focus on tasks and challenges without being controlled by their emotions. That means you start thinking from your brain instead of your heart. You don't let your emotions control you, but you control your emotions, which is really important when it comes to just surviving, when it comes to heartbreak or being disappointed or getting angry. Emotional detachment is the key because it's gonna help you. But let me tell you, emotional detachment is not easy. It requires a lot of patience and practice because it is not a skill you could easily master. Now, emotionally detaching is a little difficult because most people prefer to experience all of their emotions to the full extent instead of suppressing them. Now, emotions such as love, joy, happiness are basically emotions that we humans tend to seek and embrace. I mean, they're positive emotions, so of course. However, emotions such as anger, fear, etc., those negative emotions, people tend to avoid them because they're just not desirable emotions. And it is so freaking difficult to detach from things or people because we're social beings. It is normal for us to have a hard time detaching from such things. For example, if it's a parent, it's a pet, or an ex-partner, it is difficult to detach. So if you feel like you're having a really difficult time detaching from this one person, trust me, it is normal. It is normal to have difficulty mastering the skill because we are wired to connect with others and form attachments with literally any single person who comes into our lives. Psychologically, attachment is defined as a deep, enduring, emotional bond that connects two people. Now, obviously, examples of these attachments are like a parent-child relationship, two people in a relationship, two best friends, any kind of emotional attachment. Now, detaching from such relationships could be difficult because it means severing these relationships. It's not easy. And another reason why a lot of us have a difficult time detaching, it becomes a struggle for us, is because these attachments are basically a part of our identities. It's a part of who we are. Emotions are really important because emotions basically shape the way we view the world, and it is a part of how we basically feel and think and view things personally. So that is why detachment could also be seen as losing oneself. That means losing a part of your identity when you decide to detach from a particular person. But even though it is such a difficult thing to do, it could be really great. Despite the challenges associated with emotional detachment, it could be a great tool in improving your mental health and your well-being. Because once you master the skill of emotional detachment, you will be able to deal with overwhelming emotions, control your feelings and your emotions. You will never act out of character. You'll be able to manage your stress and improve when it comes to making decisions. But let me tell you how you could actually emotionally detach. First, you have to practice mindfulness. Now, mindfulness is a form of meditation or a practice that focuses on the present moment without judgment. Now, mindfulness will actually help us observe our thoughts and have a normal reaction to our emotions as well as our thoughts. So when you practice mindfulness, it will help you detach from your emotions and give you clarity on how you feel and want to react. See, the minute you start practicing mindfulness, you will be able to observe your emotions and let go of them without having any attachment towards it. For example, you just went through a breakup or you had this huge fight with another girl, right? You go through mindfulness, you observe your thoughts, you try to understand why are you feeling angry, why do you feel this huge anger towards this person, this hatefulness, right? But if you're emotionally detached, you really wouldn't give a shit because you are like, I don't care what she said, because you're emotionally detached. So if you have a hard time doing that, I would definitely recommend you to sit your ass down and meditate and just be like, why do I feel this way? Why do I want to react this way? My boyfriend cheated on me. Why do I want to break his neck? Why do I want to snap his neck? Why do I want to break his car? But once you practice mindfulness, you will get to understand why you feel a certain way, because sometimes there are people out there who react to such situations really calmly. Like, they could get cheated on and the only thing they would do is break up. But there are other people, they go through the same situation, but instead they react differently because they do not have emotional detachment towards things. They have a quick reaction to things. They don't think. So next time you do something, think and practice mindfulness. Now, the second thing you have to do when it comes to emotional detachment is setting boundaries. This is so freaking important, and I have mentioned this in my other videos as well, because boundaries are an essential in every kind of relationship. Does not matter what kind of relationship. If you're a mother and you have a newborn, have boundaries. Teach them young. Now, setting boundaries can mean saying no to requests that you really don't want to do, or things that you just don't want to happen or don't want to engage yourself in, or speaking up when you feel disrespect or hurt, and prioritizing your own needs. Now, setting boundaries will really help you detach from emotions and situations and people that will cause you any sort of negative emotions. Like, I don't care what kind of situation you're in or who you have this relationship with. It could be your best friend. If your best friend of 10 years puts you in a situation where you are not comfortable in, you don't want to do it, but you still do it because you love her, she's your best friend, that is very self-harming. So you need to detach this toxic thought or this toxic mindset that you have that, oh my gosh, she's my best friend, so I have to do this. It doesn't work that way. You yourself have to understand and make your best friend understand that, hey, we have boundaries. Detach yourself from this mindset that she's my best friend, I gotta do what I can do, whatever I gotta do for her. Absolutely not. You have to detach from this mindset. That is such an old school mindset. Detach yourself from that, because when you do something that you don't want to do, it will cause you negative emotions, even when you don't know it. So get yourself out of situations like that. Don't do it. Number 3, practice self-care. Now, self-care obviously involves taking care of one's emotional, physical, and mental health. Self-care activities such as exercising, meditation, journaling, reading, writing can help a lot of people detach emotionally and gain perspective. Now, whenever I am in a very difficult situation, what I do is basically, if I can't think, my head is not working, what I do is I take out my journal, I start writing every single thing down, and I try to read it over and over again. And the minute I start doing that, I get answers out of nowhere. Like, I'm having all of these answers to questions that I didn't even think that I had. So in conclusion, emotional detachment is something that could definitely be practiced and mastered. It could be a really great skill in life. Now, you should never look at emotional detachment as a way of avoiding your emotions, but emotional detachment should be more about learning how to handle your emotions in a more effective way. You know what they say, you can't stop the waves, but you can learn how to surf. So I hope this video really helped you guys, and if it did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section down below what other videos you guys would love to watch, and that is it for this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.